Hi, my name is Olivia, and I like to do things a little bit more natural, a little bit more on the crunchy side of things. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, I'm sure you've seen that I have been on slightly a minimal type of journey. I'm not a minimalist, but I have found that the more I clear out the clutter and remove things that I don't need or don't use, it has just made life so much better and easier. And I haven't missed anything that I've thrown away thus far. So I think we're doing good and we're going to continue on this path. So although I've cleaned out my closet, I've cleaned out my bathroom, I've cleaned out my child's room, I still am finding that I feel like there's clutter, there's stuff that is not necessary and I definitely could get rid of. So I created a list of 10 things that I can get rid of today and I will not have any regrets about that. So we're going to go through the whole house and hopefully get rid of some things and make life more simple, more minimal, and so let's get started. So the first thing on my list is getting rid of any bathroom items that I have not used for years. So I have a ton of these, unfortunately, but we're going to get rid of them today. So I typically live by this kind of rule of thumb that I use everything that I have and then I replace with non-toxic, like cleaner items once I've already used what I already have. Because if you went and got rid of everything all at once, it would be, oh my gosh, it would be such an undertaking. It would be so expensive and such a headache to figure out what items you have are not clean, toxic, blah, blah, blah. So that's typically how I live. But when it comes to things like lotion or things that just like I have a million bottles of and are going to last forever, it's just like not really practical to do that, because if I did that, I would be using toxic types of lotion for like 20 years and would never have to buy new because I have that many saved up, which is not good. So I'm going to collect things I know for sure I'm not going to use anymore. I know for sure are not good for my health, and I am going to get rid of them today. All right, so I've collected all the things from both bathrooms. So all my Johnson & Johnson that I received for my baby shower is gonna have to go. Thankfully, a lot of it's not opened. Nothing should actually be opened. And so I can probably give this stuff away, which is awesome. I also found in our guest bathroom some like dandruff shampoo and conditioner, which I feel like is probably from my husband's old house, which is like from 3 years ago. And it's never been used, so definitely not going to use this stuff and definitely can get rid of. I also found some face masks that I think I seriously have from high school and they're still not gone, so I haven't used these in years. I'm gonna get rid of. And then I also have Bath & Body Works lotions, which are nice, they smell great, but they do not have good ingredients. And so I'm unfortunately going to have to give these away. Luckily, they haven't been used either, so maybe I can just like donate them. I also found these giant things of lotion, which this would last so long. And I know I'm not gonna use it. I have homemade lotion and I just like it so much better and I like the ingredients in it. And so that is what I'm going to use. That's what I use for me and my child. And so these are just gonna have to go. The next thing on my list is old makeup. So I have a ton of this that I have not used in forever, but I just could not let it go for some reason, or I just haven't made the time to actually throw it away. So I'm gonna go through my old makeup and try to get rid of as much as I can. Another super simple thing that I can get rid of and I know that I'm not going to use is mismatched hangers. I don't know why, but it bothers me so much to see mismatched hangers. So I have a set that are my matching set, and then I have my husband's set, which are matching, and that's all I use. And so the mismatching ones are just on like old clothes that we haven't touched in a long time, or they're just like pushed to the back of the closet for no reason and we're not going to use them. So why not just give them away? So I'm gonna go through the closet and get rid of those. Please excuse this mess. This is my husband's closet, so I typically don't do anything in here. I just let him live how he wants to live, which is crazy because he's actually a super clean, organized person and he hates clutter, but for some reason the closet is like an okay place to keep clutter. I don't know why, but it is what it is. This is real life. Yes, I could have spent time to clean all of this up, but I'm on a time crunch. My son is asleep and we're just trying to roll through this. Another super simple way to get rid of something that you know you're not going to need would be getting rid of mismatching socks. So I always keep mismatching socks in the laundry room in a bin, and I just honestly never look at it. I never really like go through and see, hey, these socks have never come out of here. They've never found a match in a year, so time to throw them away. So today is that day. So I'm gonna go through all of these, make sure they all have matches, and if they don't, trash. Next up is the medicine cabinet. So there are tons of bottles of medicine and whatever that need to be thrown away. So I've been dying to clean out the medicine cabinet for a while now. Buddy, sit. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I've been dying to clean out the medicine cabinet for a while now, and so now I'm finally going to do it. At some point, something happened, and my husband put a lot of our medicine cabinet stuff in here, and yeah, ever since he did it, I haven't opened or used any of this, so who knows if I'm going to need to keep any of this anyways, but I've got it out just to go through. So I basically just went through and organized all my homeopathic type of medications, and all the things that I know that I'm going to use. For example, all of our teething stuff, our Band-Aids, and I have some Manuka honey up there, some camellia, I hope that's how you say it, homeopathic drops, things like that. Everything like Tylenol, Advil, all those types of things we don't use anymore, so all those things are good to throw away. If for some reason my husband wanted to use something like that, he could easily go to the store and grab it for himself, but it has not been used in years, and we just don't think that that's the best thing for our family anymore, so we have thrown those types of things away, and I'm very happy about it. Now it's time to go through the shoebox of craziness. So like I said before, we have gotten away from taking any type of antibiotics unless absolutely necessary. It's so great that we have modern medicine and things like that, and so it's awesome to have those things at our disposal, but I don't think it's very great for our gut, and a lot of other things can come with it. And so if we don't need to use it, I would like to not use it. So a lot of these things are just going to be thrown away. There's a lot of things in here I don't even know what they are. They're not in the box anymore, so who knows what these pills are? I don't know. And I even have old prenatals from, the free little gift that your OB sometimes gives you, and they have folic acid in them, so I'm not going to take them. Those are goners. Next up is getting rid of all of our expired food. Of course, these things you won't miss to get rid of, but sometimes I collect them. I collect expired food, and it's really disgusting, and I don't need to do it. So this is the perfect time to purge everything in our fridge and get rid of anything disgusting that I might have saved in there. I also have a lot of leftover food, which is unfortunate that I am having to throw away, but I honestly sometimes forget it's in here, and if the fridge is more cleaned out, I think it's less likely that I am going to waste food. Something that we have been doing that is creating less waste is keeping all of our glass bottles, so we'll keep it for maybe a jar of grease, or I have high hopes of making things like pickles and jalapenos and salsa, and keeping those. So I think that the glass bottles that I have are going to come in handy, and I don't have to waste them, because anytime I've ever thrown away a glass bottle, I feel so wasteful. They're so cool, awesome to have. I know that's kind of nerdy, but I love keeping glass jars. Another thing I thought of that I know I wouldn't regret is getting rid of any dog toys that are ruined or broken up, really old, gross, dirty, anything like that. So I'm going to go through our bins and just get rid of anything, especially considering my dog is a crazy chewer, and he's definitely ruined a lot of toys. Another thing that I know I'm not going to regret getting rid of is anything in my pantry that is expired, or anything gross that I know has been in there for years that will probably never expire. For example, ramen noodles. So my husband might get mad at me throwing these things away, but we're just going to do it, and probably he'll never notice. So I'm gonna rummage through the pantry and hopefully get rid of some stuff. The last thing on my list is for any moms out there. So I have a son with tons of toys that some have broken pieces or have mismatching things or have a lot of pieces, and some of them are missing. And so those things I'm just going to go ahead and throw away. So for example, we have these like little eggs with matching little colors, and these three I cannot for the life of me find the other match. And so unfortunately, these are going to go in the trash, and there's no point. There's no point for the toy because there's nothing to match it to or play with. So I'm pretty good about throwing things like this away. So there's not very much to throw away, but I will go through and just make sure that I have removed anything that I need to remove. So another super easy thing that I know I'm not going to regret getting rid of, which I should have done a long time ago, is getting rid of clothes with stains. So I have a ever-growing pile of stained clothes, especially from my son, sometimes from me, because of my son. So I have all those stained clothes that I did one final last-ditch effort to get the stains out yesterday. So I took it outside, put vinegar and baking soda on it, let it soak in the sun, and hopefully the stains came out. It's in the washer right now. And so once that is done, if anything still has stains, it's unfortunately going to go in the trash, but honestly, it should have been done a long time ago. So luckily, my little concoction and leaving everything in the sun really helped, but it didn't get rid of everything, unfortunately, so some of these things are going in the trash. Anyways, after doing this, I do feel a little bit of a burden lifted off me. I'm very excited that our house is a little bit more cleaned up, and I really appreciate you for watching.